Hello there. I'm going to be running a artifact, an AMR 21 on Blanco's account here. Wrap this up for him. Um, the base concept is really fairly simple. Olag needs to be down here for intercepting the boss. Later, Isolde up here, and then just drop an Estrid right there. The Hollow would work instead of Eloin. The main difference is that Hollow's going to be able to directly reach Estrid, I believe, instead of having to do it in this awkward way. You could probably also just swap the tank and the fighter to have Estrid be in range, but in any case, I'm running it like this because I use the Wood Elf to heal up, and we're going to drop a Volker right there to assist a bit with the damage. We're going to start building up Soulbound Arcana stacks. Estrid's going to pop her ultimate, and we're going to drop that Wood Elf as soon as we can. Olag is going to use his. Again, this is all really just mainly to pump the damage, but also because he gets an extra block and his ult does too. And use Volk ultimate as well. That should nicely clear out that entire cluster, and we're going to drop an Arrogance right there. And you can use virtually any ranged fighter right there. It doesn't have to be Arrogance, it's just anything that's going to be able to hit in front of the tank that we're going to place there. And speaking of the tank, we're going to drop a Baron. If you build also, for example, an Abomination and a Glacier set or something similar, you could place him right there. Just be mindful that he's going to take healthy chunks of damage out of this thing right there. And at the bottom here, we're just kind of waiting for ultimates to be up. And they are. So we're going to drop that ultimate. We're going to drop the Wood Elf. Use Isolde. At this point, our Soulbound Arcana stacks should be entirely set up. And we start clearing a lot more comfortably. Everyone is now dead up there. And we drop a Rat up top to handle that top lane. We don't want any of those to touch the boss if at all possible. Pop Baron ultimate just to tank that that big guy for a little bit. And drop our Wood Elf to heal our two frontliners. Use those ultimates to clear out the pack a bit quicker. Okay, big guy's moving in, so basically all of these units now become redundant. Because he's just going to kill them all anyways. Right, there's no purpose in actually keeping them there. Up top, we're still doing mostly fine. And we'll be saving the Wood Elf to repeatedly heal Olag. If you have a North's Will or something that you can put on him, that would probably actually make holding this line a little bit easier. Food for thought if you're actually struggling on this. Because you will take some pretty big chunks as soon as the devastating strikes start rolling in. And other than that, really, we're just kind of sitting here and waiting. Because you will stop doing those devastating strikes eventually. And once he does, it's a free ride, essentially. That's when we can actually start placing our And he's down, so we need to place another tank in and hold. And that's really the whole concept of this entire thing, is just temporizing with more and more tanks until he is done playing with his devastating strikes.
May the sun melt their evil. Nature is always ready.
Of course, I forgot to use Baron's ultimate up there.
Don't touch me.
We're gonna recall Volk here. We'll use her for the damage a little bit later on. Gonna recall Arrogance while we're at it. This Devastating Strike is going to kill Isolde, but that is, again, mostly fine. We have Olag coming up in 12 seconds. We just need to hold until then. Drop that Olag. We can recall the Wrath as well, since nothing is happening up there anymore.
Upon you.
Drop that Wood Elf in. And unless I'm wrong, he's now done with his devastating strikes, so we can start throwing in the fighters.
Your queen has arrived.
And there we go.
Blessings upon you.
Fairly effortless clear with, minimal units that will be hard to get. Arguably, the one that may be somewhat complicated is Estrid. And, well, of course, Elowen. But Estrid, on my account, took, I think almost 8,000 summons until I actually had her. Which is pretty nutty, but that was the reality of it. Hars is running some Invigoration, tanky stuff. Olag is running Guardian. Estrid is in Soulbound Arcana with a Eye of Sin. Isolde is in whatever the heck was lying around, I guess. To be entirely honest, I didn't really bother re-gearing her because it's not necessary. Elowen is running some Invigoration as well. Wrath is running some Cursed with his exclusive. He doesn't need a lot of good gear. Abomination, which was almost not used, is running some Infernal Roar. Volk is running some Soulbound Arcana, but again, she's not really used. Just a little bit towards the end and to pad some gaps. Arrogance was in a pretty bad Infernal Roar build. This isn't crazy gear. Some of them don't even have 3 good substats, and he's running a Flux Pendant. And Baron is in a Death Main Tempered Will set, so not, again, also not crazy. And that's about it. So cheers, and you have a nice one.